other people I do business with
outlet, unless you
because
probably had a relationship.
All it makes y'all do,
they're gonna
especially
post it, of course. Like the shit's gonna.
Oh
like, if
my
you
God.
post right now, fuck academics. I'm the one who reported the Twitch. Like, yo, that shit is going 100,000 likes. Yo, bro, you a real one. I'm telling you, it just is what it is. So, you know, good, cool. I appreciate you guys. By the way, I think we're also live over at Rumble. Yeah, we are live over at Rumble. I do want to, salute to Rumble. I know Rumble reached out today, making sure I was, straight. And yeah, we're gonna keep pushing. Right. Again, for the people who are used to me streaming on the King Academics page, for any misconception, that page is okay. But I expected today mass hate, so I did not want to stream on that page for today. Okay, that's it. I was just thinking like, yo, there might just be some haters, so let me not stream on that page. Okay, so this is more of a stream page and like body cam page for like content. So I'm like, yo, I'm just doing it on the burner. Okay, and this was meant to be like a secondary burner members only page anyway. All right, cool. So now you understand our platform availability. Also, if you're wondering, we're good on Meta. Meta still has a relationship with us. We still have a relationship with Facebook and Instagram. Nothing has changed there. We're still okay on Snapchat and even TikTok. Those things are straight as well. Again, not trying to, I got to make sure I understand at times and previously in the past, I've came across mad, arrogant, and cocky, and I don't want to come across like that. But I do want to assure the people who rock with me in case you thought the building burnt down. No, it didn't. All right. So, few topics, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Another thing, again, I'm not trying to downplay the seriousness of anything or why this is a big deal or why it's so viral. I do think that we don't have a lot of topics in hip hop too. So I think right now in hip hop there isn't the biggest conversation pieces that everybody could lean into, and subsequently, let me tell you how media works. You hate for the bad shit that happens to you to happen on the week when nothing is going on. You get what I'm saying? So unfortunately, January is like the worst month. But anyway, screw that. We do have a couple things to get into. Drake is now landed in Australia. It appears that Kendrick is sending some smoke signals. He might be getting ready to gear up and give a little preview of what that Super Bowl performance is going to be. We'll also kind of break down what we think about this whole Drake doing a Australian tour. I think he's also doing New Zealand as well. There's rumors coming out that Drake is going to be doing, or Drake and Party might be dropping on the same week or Friday as the weekend. We'll talk about that too and the veracity of those rumors. For the Cardi folks, don't have any update for you with that. Let me see what else. Oh, the ASAP Rocky trial. We do have some significant updates with that. So ASAP Rocky's trial, it's happening, and I'm gonna be honest with you, and I know at this point I should probably want more people to like me than not, because anytime I see a bad opinion, people are like, yo, fuck this guy. I don't think it's looking good for Rocky. However, we are only here in the state's case. The state's putting down a compelling case right now that, hey, listen, it's going to be one of those, this is the only way it could have happened thing, right? Because there's going to be some people backing up Rocky, but they're bringing on witnesses to say, hey, listen, we heard a gunshot. We heard the fighting. We seen both people walk opposite way. We seen something, even if it's not all the way in 4K. And then, of course, the next
Twitch, we back. Sorry about that.
Also happened in court is that they asked Rocky and his team, because their whole
Twitch, we back. Sorry about that. Academic went live, wanted to react to what's going on in the media. So we going in for another 5 hours, trying to do 10 hours today. You feel me? So y'all tune in with me. We're trying to do probably more than 5 more hours, probably for the rest of the night. It's about like 12 or 1. So y'all rock in with me. Please comment, like, and follow me on Twitch. Subscribe on YouTube. Comment, let me know what's up. Let me know how y'all feeling. Let's get it.
whole defense is, yeah,
and not just academic. We're gonna get on some other topics too.
in terms of figuring out what evidence would be brought in, They then said, well, do you got the prop gun that y'all claim it was in the video? Because police actually went to Rocky's house and seized the real gun. And they're saying, no, the one we had in that video was a prop gun. So it's like he's admitting to having something that resembled a gun. He just said it wasn't real. They asked him, well, could you provide a prop gun in court? They said, we don't got that shit. So very interesting. I don't think it's looking the best for Rocky, but I do believe that, there are some advantages
YouTube,
for obviously the
YouTube?
eyewitnesses. They're
Like,
probably
comment,
going to be the
subscribe.
ones.
Like, comment,
If
subscribe.
all
Like,
the
comment,
other
subscribe.
ASAP
We're going
members, which
in.
is
Academic fucked up.
Ills
What y'all
and
think?
12, if they just get Rocky's side, might just be hard to convict him, but we'll see. All right, cool. Somebody says YouTube mods are different. Yeah. Yo, you know what's so crazy? Again, we average about 15 to 17,000 people when we stream on all platforms, right? And usually only about I only average 2,000 people on Twitch. Like y'all be obviously y'all the loudest because y'all usually be on the screen, but I only average about 2,000 people on Twitch. Like we average about 8,000 to 9,000 on the King Academics page, usually around 4,000 on this one, and then we average another I don't know, probably 2,000 on Rumble. Okay, all right, people. So we're gonna get into this ASAP Rocky thing quickly. Is there anything else? Anything else I should be talking about? Cardi dropped with Lotto. Yeah, I did see that. That was kind of random. Okay. All right. So let me go to this ASAP Rocky trial. I'm gonna try my best to quickly explain all this stuff. Again, we're not doing the longest stream today, but I think the best way in the Oh, by the way, real quick too. I know another intermission. Please, if you guys can, I'm not that big on Twitter. You see, I don't tweet a lot. I leave most of the tweeting for all of my people who run the Academics TV account, but I'm not on Twitter that much. I usually only tweet numbers, updates, and if a rapper tells me something. I'm not really on there spilling my heart a lot. I used to, but Twitter is not the place I would win any political, vote. So I stopped tweeting there as much. I am on Instagram a lot. I do want to say, if you guys are on Twitter, though, please join our community. This is a community for people who, are chat niggas who care about what we cover in terms of rap news, rap updates, rap drama, rap beefs, rap everything. You know what I'm saying? So if that's you and you're not already in our Discord, you're not already, in any other community we have, whether that's on, even Meta or Instagram, you should probably just join here. So you can just go to my Twitter. I did tweet a link out, but at least I wanted some place that y'all could do whatever y'all do. All right. Okay. So real quick, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It is mad dry for topics this week. Holy shit. By the way, Dirk did drop a new song.
Going on.
Dirk dropped a new song with Central C. Oh, remind me about that. Little Dirk, Central C. We'll talk about that too. Okay. Just let me get to the whole ASAP Rocky. Okay. So a few interesting things. I don't know if I could get it clipped out. Hold on. Hold on.
The Justin.
All right, here we go. So let's get a quick update.
The evidence in this case.
Their differences. But according to Efron, what was supposed to be a private conversation ended up turning violent. He testified in a pre-trial hearing that during the meeting, Rocky allegedly pulled out a gun and fired it at him. The bullet grazed in his knuckles. Now, surveillance footage from the scene appears to show a man wearing a black hoodie, who prosecutors later identified as Rocky, holding a gun, but the defense has cast serious doubt on that footage and suggested that the weapon wasn't a real gun. It was a prop gun. This was not a real firearm. And they argued that it was a starter pistol that only fired blanks, which Rocky had used for personal security rather than a weapon capable of actually causing real harm.
Now, real quickly, this is why this is a huge deal and big problem. The guy had injuries. Okay? So the guy got injuries. By the way, the guy got injuries. There's a ballistic report that was submitted late by supposedly the police found like some spent shells that they were trying to match to a gun they found in Rocky's home. So you have everything that's kind of proven that that Rocky's story is highly unlikely. It's highly unlikely that you had a fake gun that you don't know where it's at now, but there was somehow, and we saw no other gun in the video. There was a real bullet fired, right? There was injuries consistent with being shot. There were also shell casings which is consistent with the shooting occurring. So again, this is why I'm saying that Rocky is looking a little shaky, but we're gonna see how having good witnesses or witnesses at Rockview will help him out.
Now, to be clear, though, starter pistols, if they do fire blanks, they can potentially cause harm if they're fired in close proximity to another person. But what's more, no gun was recovered from the scene. And after a police search of the area, apparently
Looking for my paperwork.
no shell casings were found. I will say, though, and this is what's really interesting, days later, I believe 2 days later, Efron allegedly returned to the scene and picked up 9mm shell casings, which he apparently brought to the police. So Rocky was arrested in April of 2020.
Okay, that's super sus, right? So the police apparently went there after everybody left. Either they canvassed the wrong area, but they didn't find no. That's going to help Rocky. They didn't find no shells when they looked. But then the guy who got shot supposedly returned to the area and found the shells. That's a little odd.
Shell casings, which he apparently brought to the police. So Rocky was arrested in April of 2022 while at a Los Angeles airport as he and Rihanna were returning from a trip to Barbados. He's pleaded not guilty to 2 felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm, was released on bond. We'll talk about if it's a real gun, a fake gun, whether or not this charge actually sticks. So to help me break all this down, I want to bring on renowned criminal defense attorney Bradford Cohen, who's represented some high-profile people himself, like Kodak Black and Drake. Thanks so much for coming on, Bradford. Good to see you. So what are your initial impressions on this case?
I think there's a lot going on. Right? So you have this victim that I believe has a weird story. There's some things that he says that don't really match up to what exactly the state has.
Now, I'm just trying to get you an understanding of this case. By the way, I'll give you a quick update to update you to today, because I think this was from yesterday's update. By the way, on Friday, so yesterday was Monday, right? Today's Tuesday. On Friday, because the judge allowed ballistic evidence to be introduced, they actually said that court wasn't going to happen yesterday. So there was no court yesterday. So they started back court today. And really, they gave no court yesterday that, the defense could also, make their decision on what they want to do. Do you want to get a court-appointed, court-paid-for analyst of your choice to review this evidence that we're going to let in? Or, do you want to go get your own? But that might take a while, but we're not going to be postponing the case. So that's why they gave him off yesterday. But they're here. They're on today.
This is evidence. The fact that he went back and
Also, it is rumored, I haven't confirmed it yet, that Rihanna has made the decision to show up in court. Now, this is going to be pretty big, right? I'm going to tell you why it's going to be big. During jury selection, half of the questions that the prosecutor, approximately half, had for the jurors had to do with A$AP Rocky's, we might call her wife, but baby mama, Rihanna. The questions seemingly were surrounding if the jurors that were going to sit possibly in the booth and judge this case, if they had Fenty beauty products, if they've been to a Rihanna concert, if Rihanna was their favorite artist, and if that biased their opinion by the fact that this guy is with Rihanna. So that's a big deal. And now it appears that Rihanna is probably going to show up in court. We don't know if it's the entire case, and I haven't gotten confirmation that she showed up today. But if she has a jury, or if there is a jury that's sympathetic to her, maybe she could sway them, right?
A lot going on there. So if it's relying solely on just his word, I think the defense can really beat this guy up. If it's also his word and then the video, that lends itself to a little bit more of a problem. And the fact that they're saying this was a starter pistol, I mean, I have a lot of experience in firearms. I've taken courses. I've had multiple cases with firearms in terms of possession or assault. I just walked a guy last year on a federal gun charge where we were alleging at first that it wasn't a real gun, and then during the trial we kind of modified our position. But when you look at this gun itself, the fact that they're saying it's a starter pistol, that's a little bit troublesome because they don't make semi-automatic starter pistols. That's the first kind of thing that is not so great for them. But then if you say,
Hey, what? What if you say, hey this, hey that?
hey, it wasn't real, maybe it's not a starter pistol, but maybe it's an airsoft or a BB gun or something else where it wouldn't leave any shells behind, you're probably headed in the right direction with that.
Let me just.
Actually, he just threw Joe.
Wasn't real, maybe it's not a starter pistol, but maybe it's an airsoft or a BB gun or something else where it wouldn't leave any shells behind, you're probably headed in the right direction with that.
Let me just.
Actually, he just threw Joe Topocino, Topocina. I'm probably saying this. So that's Rocky's lawyer. Threw him like a really big deal because, again, what's going to come down to this, I think the reason why they're saying it's a fake gun, number one, if someone caught it on camera, you can't say it's not a gun. Like, it looks like a gun. Come on now. If it quacks like a duck, come on. So, but here's the thing. The entire argument that's even happening today is that the police at first didn't find the
gun.
spent shells, and if the spent shells weren't found, it actually the fuck. Oh, my bad. I've been having internet problems too.
They're gonna skip act. You tripping?
If the spent shells weren't found, that might mean it would still be assault. If you shot him with an airsoft gun, right, you would get assault, but you wouldn't get assault with a deadly weapon. And I think that's the operative thing here, where you don't want to stop. You don't want to go with the defense that says, "Oh no, this was just like a not real gun," but then your story don't make sense. Sometimes you got to concede a little bit to eventually get off at the end. I mean, they're already conceding by at least saying, yes, that is a gun, because they could have been like, yo, no, that's a cell phone, that's a lighter. You know, the lighters that look like a gun, but they conceded it is a gun. They're just saying it's not a real gun. It's a starter gun. Whatever.
Raised, Mr. Efron's knuckles, but is that assault with a semi-automatic firearm? Wouldn't he be found not guilty?
No. So the long story short is a starter pistol cannot be considered a firearm because it doesn't fire a projectile. And if you look at the definition of a firearm, a starter pistol won't match it.
Oh, okay. And yeah. This is another thing. So, okay, now my bad. I'm tweaking out. So a starter pistol as well is like what you would see like when Usain Bolt or like Noah Lyles is running. It's like a gun. You know, when they're like, yo, you go at the gun, they're not shooting a bullet in the air. It just creates a loud bang. Here's the thing, though. These type of guns are
basically the charge that they're going to be looking for is like
revolvers. And because they're
like
revolvers,
you punching somebody in their face, throwing a rock at them, hit them with a bottle. You know what I mean? It's not a deadly force. It's a force, but it's not a deadly force. So it just comes assault, but it's not assault with a deadly weapon. So he'll get off if they say if it's a starter gun. If it's an air gun, you know what I mean? Like, they can't charge him. It's like shooting somebody with a pellet gun is almost more dangerous, but yeah, similar like that. Or a slingshot.
number one, somebody's going to be able to look at.
Come on, come on, come on. My internet been tripping too.
The gun in his hand and either have to say, is that a revolver versus a semi-automatic? If it looks like a semi-automatic, it's not a starter pistol. They don't make starter pistols that look like they got a clip in there. You know what I mean? There would be no point, right? So now I get what he was saying.
The reason why they're saying it's a starter pistol is probably because there's a loud bang or there's a flash coming from it. That's why, it would have been easier to say it was a airsoft gun or if it was a BB gun. But like I said, if there's a flash from the muzzle, if there's a loud bang, obviously you can't say that. You have to say it's a starter pistol. The problem that you have is if the state puts on experts to determine whether,
which they are. And by the way, thank you guys for some of the donations here. And by the way, you guys could become members as well if you guys want to. Andy Kumar, thank you for the 2. He says, what, Gooner Demics? What the fuck is that? Culture Cut Clips, he says, give me mod act. Yeah, I'm actually gonna give you mod. Seem like a good guy. Oh, I already gave you mod. Is the Scorpion hoodie coming back? Yeah, at some point. And DJ Extra Flick says, are we gonna ever get a Ack, Joe, and CTG Charlemagne the God pod? At some point, I would imagine. I mean, I don't know what the temperature is between them. I'm cool with both of them. I love both of them, and I think they're some of the best in the game. I don't know where they are with each other, but it's definitely, it wouldn't be because of me. Actually, me and Joe almost did a wrap up last year, but I think I went to Vibes Cartel. Bozo said, we're not going to stop watching Big Ack, even though you're biased for Drake. You still got chat nigga support. Been watching you since 2015. Never going to stop. Thank you so much, man. Again, I even apologize for even trolling like that. That got me in this position, bro. Like, I don't want y'all to be defending me. I want to have good times with y'all, not y'all having to, defend me. Andy Kumar, thank you for the 2. It says, long live Ack. You're like a friend to us, man. You guys are a friend to me as well. Roadblack, thank you for $1. Andy also says, could you mod me? I'm an Indian man. What does that got to do with you being a mod, bro? Okay. Plugged Scope, what do you say? The difference now is the industries evolve and they want you out of here. I mean, that's a very valid point. A lot of industries has evolved, and a lot of again, there's a turnover cycle for a lot of things. We could talk about this at a different time. I think now is an ill time to talk about it, just because when people we live in a clip culture, they're gonna clip this and be like, "Yo, this delusional motherfucker actually thinks it's because we want him out of here." That is no. So we could talk about maybe some other things later. Somebody says Soluminati talked about you. I like Soluminati, whatever you said is, bro, again, I was sitting back and like super, like I seen some people like be hypocrites, but I can't be mad if people have their opinion. This is something people are talking about. It is what it is, bro. Ruger Red, thank you for the gifted. And Jack Doyo is he says, Ack, big supporter from since the war in Chirac. It's so funny because every time when like they're like chronologizing, I fucked up on that word. What they claim I've like done to be so evil, because apparently I'm like the most evil person in hip hop. They always started the war in Chirac. So if you've been watching since then and you don't think I'm the devil, thank you. He says, been trying to get in contact with you. I make Afro beats and Afro pop. Let's chop it up for real. I got ideas for us. Okay, hit the email, brother. Hit the email. All right. All good. So let's get back to this real quick. By the way, I will say though, now that at least for this stream, I'm just looking at one screen. When I'm streaming on 5 platforms, it's hard to read donations and like keep up with every chat because it's 5 of them. You know what I mean? This is at least one.
Whether or not it could be a starter pistol, a semi-automatic starter pistol, I think that's kind of where it kind of gets a little bit murky for the defense.
Talk to me again, the idea that the shell casings came from the alleged victim in this case. the alleged victim in this case.
That's weird.
What issues does that cause for the prosecution, and does it cause any issues for the defense?
So for the prosecution, it's massive amounts of problems. Whenever you have a alleged victim going back to the scene and collecting evidence themselves, you have so many issues. So number one is you have to establish.
Now, chat, to put it in perspective, right? To put it in perspective, it's like say me and you got in an altercation, and I called, like, first of all, the police is called after we leave. I later talk to the police and I say, hey, when I was in an altercation with this guy,
we're about to tune in. We're definitely gonna get on a different topic
like,
as well.
oh, word? Okay. And they go to the scene to find blood because I got stabbed, and to see maybe if the knife is still there. They look for them, they can't find them, right? After I get out the hospital, I go to the scene and go get the knife and like a scoop of blood, and I bring it to the cops. They're gonna be like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? Like, come on. So, well, the cops didn't say that in this case, but this is the defense has to make that point. Like, come on, bro. How incompetent are the cops that they?
But how the fuck, if the police went out there and did their little investigation, they ain't find the bullets or no shells. This nigga go back out there, he find the shells. And he bring to the police and say, yo, this the shells. How is that gonna hold up in the court though? That don't even make no sense.
They couldn't find it, but the victim found it.
My internet tripping bad.
And also, how traumatized is a victim if you could go back and pick up all the bullets that shot you? Like, here's one.
Exactly.
Here's one. Those things are going to come into play.
A chain of custody. What a chain of custody means is that when you have evidence on a scene or anywhere, you want to establish where it came from, how it was collected, where it went to next, who looked at it, so that you can establish the fact that no one tampered with it, that no one placed it there, that no one put fingerprints on it, that no one put DNA on it, that they didn't collect it from a
big issue, 100%. You guys all know I recently interviewed the great Vibes Cartel. That was one of the things that the courts in Jamaica allowed, but later on, once his case got appealed to the highest court, which was actually the Privy Council, which is located in the UK, they looked at and they said the chain of custody of the evidence is problematic. Now, ultimately, they actually returned it and vacated the guilty verdict for another issue because the jurors were like trying to bribe each other and they were still allowed to like come to a verdict. But that was a big issue. What happened in that case? They basically took Vibes Cartel's phone. Supposedly he was on the phone telling people, yo, kill him, stab him in the neck, chop him up real fine, all that type of stuff, allegedly. There's actually voice notes out there that they recovered from the phone. However, once the phone got taken from him and he's now in custody, he's in jail, that phone went through three cops used the phone to make phone calls and were looking through it like maybe he got, I don't know, maybe he got some, like he was like this guy promoting like fucking a lot of girls. So I don't know if they were looking through his phone to see if he had like videos like that. But basically, the phone was accessed 3 times outside of an investigatory process by the cops who were just looking through it or making phone calls on it. That fucks up the whole evidence. Now, we don't know if you planted something. And that was even Vibes Cartel's lawyers thing. They're like, hey, whatever you saw in there, it got planted by the cops. They were going through the phone afterwards while nobody was watching them. So again, when you have a victim who basically shows up to the police station with a bunch of shell casings in his hand, they're going to be like, well, where did you get it from? Who else picked them up? Who gave them to you? When did they get there? Maybe you picked up those, and I'm pretty sure A$AP Rocky's team is going to use these excuses. Yo, A$AP Rocky used to go shooting, and this nigga may have picked up some of those shell casings when it dropped to the ground. Now we don't know when those shell casings came from. You know what I mean? He could have picked them up from the gun range 2 months ago, right? So it's going to be a big problem.
another area where they knew that individual might have DNA on it from, let's say, a gun range or something of that nature, and they collected
Chat, don't let me tell you.
it and they dropped it on the scene. That's why you need to establish a chain of custody. That's number one. That's the worst part of it. Most judges will argue, oh, the chain of custody is important, but it goes to the weight of the evidence, meaning they're not going to eliminate that evidence just because they don't establish a chain of custody, which I happen to disagree with. But they say it goes to the weight. The jury can still look at the evidence, but they're going to determine whether or not to say, yeah, this is good evidence or bad evidence. That's number one for the state. That really hurts them. Number two is it shows that either the police were incompetent and they couldn't find those shell casings, or this kid is a liar. So It's like, well, which one are you going to choose? Your cops are incompetent. They couldn't find shell casings normally they have dogs that can smell out gun casings. They also have metal detectors. I mean, cops find shell casings in the woods, in all kinds of different areas. I've never had someone say, oh, I didn't find any shell casings, and then had the alleged victim go back and say, oh, I found them. I knew where to look or whatever. Shell casings fly all over the place. So it's not like the guy would know where to look for those.
Now, here's the thing, too, though. Because when the police showed up, the victim wasn't on scene. The victim had left. And apparently it was eyewitnesses who called, like, yo, you hear two people fighting, and then it's kind of like the same thing with Meg. Meg and Tori didn't call the cops. It was people who were like neighbors. However, it was down a weird road that this happened, and it's like this really, like, the route that these guys were like, they were walking, they weren't stagnant. They didn't just hop out of a car and was standing in one place. It was kind of a lot of moving around, and this altercation before the gunshots got fired. There was arguments over here, some grabbing over here, some tussling here. They walked over there. They pulled up on him. So again, the police might come with their excuse to say the person who called us to report a shooting where they said we should look, we didn't find anything because they gave us the wrong place. The person who would know where they got shot is the victim. So that might work in favor of the police, honestly.
Shell casings, because they're ejected from a weapon and they can go left, right, up, down, sideways. They go all over the place. So that's why you have that choice between either incompetent police or your guy is lying, your defendant is lying, your victim is lying. So that's a real trouble for the prosecution. For the defense, I don't see the trouble in it. I actually think it's a huge win for the defense. The fact that this guy went back to the scene and found his own shell casings allegedly from ASAP, I think is a huge win for the defense. I think that's what they really need to hang their hat on. The starter pistol thing, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to fly or not. Maybe.
Okay. So the prosecution will come back.
All right. So I'm going to pause this to play a little bit of today because they actually put up the police on there, right? So they put up the cops, and the same things we're talking about now, they were asking the cops, right? Like, yo, dog, like, how the hell? Court TV had it. Well, actually, they have it here. Let me just, they went on many breaks.
4.3 subdivision. What he has.
Okay. There's going to be a cop up here. Okay, so this is when the cops are essentially looking for the shell casings. There's body cam footages of them looking for the casings. They don't really find shit. And apparently, if you look on the surveillance footage, it looked like this may have happened like before sundown. I don't know how busy they are in LA, but by the time the cops get there, find out what's going on, and start looking for shell casings, it's nighttime. So it might have been a couple hours. That might also be problematic, but it could work in Rocky's favor as well. Here we go. So these are the cops. They're looking. Ain't nobody finding shit.
There's no hits.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie, man. You bring a box of Dunkin' Donuts here, might have a mukbang, man. Shit might be cool. All right, so here's a cop on the stand, and he's gonna be asking, how the hell y'all ain't find this evidence that y'all trying to use against my client? Here we go.
And after responding to East Del Mar and Selma Avenue, and carefully searching the scene with the fellow officers, you found no physical evidence of shooting whatsoever.
That's correct.
And of course, to be clear, that includes no evidence of a shell casing recovery, correct?
Correct. That includes that as well.
Thank you very much for your time.
Yes, sir. Anything? Oh, Mr. Orman, anything?
Thank you. Go ahead. All right,
Okay.
Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
So I think this is a state witness. So how it goes is you have direct, cross, and redirect, and which means the prosecutor go first, which is this guy, then ASAP Rocky lawyers has a chance to cross-examine, and if needed, there could be a redirect, which means that the prosecutor could speak to the witness again. So this is what's happening here, and this is probably to answer some of the questions that Rocky's lawyers now brought up, because he's basically made this guy look like an idiot, or him and his team, to say how y'all can't find bullets, but y'all putting bullets in evidence.
Your
It's kinda low.
conversations with the DAs on this case. Is that something that customarily happens prior to your testifying?
Yes, it is in every case.
And this incident specifically happened approximately just over 3 years ago, correct?
Correct, yeah.
When you first received a subpoena related to this case, did you immediately know what incident you were even called to testify about?
Absolutely not, no.
Was it of assistance to you in refreshing your memory to be directed to your body worn video from this specific incident?
Absolutely, yes.
In his questioning on Friday and also today, Mr. Tacopina asked you questions about searching for shell casings, I believe is how he phrased them. Are you familiar with the term shells, casings, cartridge cases, things like that?
Yes, sir.
So he's going to give us the explanation.
Your personal background, training, and experience as it relates to firearms.
Well, I have the training I received from Los Angeles Police Department. I've also attended various trainings outside on my own time related to firearms training, different weapon systems, marksmanship, mostly related, that sort of thing.
In the course of that training that you're talking about, have you, can you even estimate how many rounds of ammunition you fired?
I cannot.
That's a lot.
Right.
Okay.
Over the years, yes.
Are you familiar with, just in general, with handguns, the difference between a revolver and a semi-automatic pistol?
I am, yes.
Now, the reason why the DA is asking, or the deputy DA is asking this question, is there, Rocky's defense of it's a starter pistol, that's a revolver. What would be seen on camera, and also if they want to believe these shell casings, would mean it couldn't have been a revolver. That's a very important detail. Wherever the jury goes with this, the case could be over right now. Because if they're saying it was this type of gun, but via camera and via the police and the shell casings, they're saying we're confident it's another type of gun that is easily distinguishable. And anybody who either law enforcement or has any type of, dealings with weapons should know. That would mean Rocky's lying and he's going to jail. Right now, obviously, it's a lot more complex than that. But this is why this is one of the first things that the prosecutor is trying to hammer home. His defense about not having a gun, he's lying. Then they're going to go to injuries. Then they're going to bring physicians, this and third. They're going to go to ballistics report. Then they're going to go to witnesses. They're probably going to break after witnesses. Then Rocky's going to come back with witnesses only, right? Well, actually, no, probably with some ballistic people as well, just because ballistic people and also evidence experts to talk about chain of custody. That's how I think this whole case is going to go, right? And after that point, we would see what the fuck. After that point, we will see a verdict, if you ask me. So if I had to break down this case, they're going with how this investigation was done. This is a state's case. So the state goes first, then the defense. Yo, here's the video. We're going to have the police who showed up give additional video from their body cams, talk about their investigative process, who they interviewed, who called, how did they try to look for evidence, what happened next, and then they're going to go into, okay, did anyone get hurt? Okay, did they go to the hospital? all that happening. Okay, ballistic report, because now it's going to be admitted. Then witnesses, right? All right.
We're talking about the hole from a 9mm.
Okay, so here we go.
It was shattered.
It's easy to see the impact off of hoods. These are things that I'm just recalling from recent.
What are the types of damage that you would look for on a car, specifically related to a shooting fall?
Sure. So flat tires, glass that's
So these are the things they were looking for when they showed up.
been spider web, right, or totally blown out. Impacts to sides of doors or ricochets off of hoods. These are things that I'm just recalling from recent observations. Those sorts of observations.
Are some of those observations easier to see than others?
Yes, absolutely.
Can you describe that for the jury?
Well, I think the best way to illustrate that is you have a white four-door vehicle. It's easy to see the impact where the paint is missing and the metal is bent and distorted. Whereas if you have a vehicle with a darker colored paint job, you might miss it, right? You might not see it. It might blend in.
But also, even more generally, if a window was shattered, you're going to see a large shatter in that window, potentially.
Right, it's hard to miss.
And if a tire is flat, that's easier to see too, correct?
Yes, it is.
Versus, and I want you to assume for purposes of this that we're talking about the hole from a 9mm chambered round. If you observe,
You're having a hard time hearing him?
Hole in either plastic or metal of a car from a 9mm round, that would be a lot smaller, correct?
Comparatively speaking to other larger rounds, yes.
And even comparatively speaking to if the 9mm hit glass or a tire, correct?
Correct.
Trajectory and struck the ground, would you expect the round would either ricochet up into the bottom of the car or potentially?
I'm trying to see where they're going with this. They're asking about bullets hitting objects and ricocheting. And, obviously part of their investigation was trying to see if anything got hit, right? If multiple shots got fired, where would they get fired from?
Fragment into, okay. And seen, familiar with the condition of any of those cars before you responded?
No, we weren't.
So you don't know if any of those cars already had any damage?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, it was a quick redirect. Rocky's in court. Again, maybe I just watch a little bit too much court TV. Demeanor is always one thing in court. Rocky seems, you tell me how you think he looks. During the first day of trial, he kind of looked a little pissed off. Like he was maybe not only pissed off, he seemed pissed off that he had to even be there. You get what I mean? Now, that is a thing when you're going through trial. Like if they feel like you're not taking it serious, you maybe some of the arrogance or whatever is coming out, they might want to believe. Again, you got to imagine these are people and they're hearing stories from two sides and you're being judged. Obviously, he's not going to be up in there cheesing, but, I think the reason why they keep showing him a bunch is to show his demeanor. Now, there's many ways to show demeanor, right? Like, for example, in the X case, when we saw the guys who allegedly killed X, them niggas look like, them niggas is up in there basically throwing up gang signs like, nigga, I'm going to see how nigga next time, man. Like, they were doing all type of shit. With the YNW Melly, like, he always looked kind of like, he looked focused. That he put the glasses on, but he would look a little, happy when he saw his family, which is normal. I'm wondering if this plays any part into it. His lawyer does look pretty serious. His lawyer looked like he would defend somebody on the mob. Okay. All right. Now, chat, what do y'all think about this again? 180 days. He turned down. He said, give me 24, give me nothing. And 24 meaning 24 years. So he is risking 24 years in jail, right? Now, honestly, he wouldn't get 24. They're going to run a bunch of those charges, and the sentences concurrent. He's probably facing about what Tory Lanez face, honestly. You get what I'm saying? There's a gun enhancement, I believe. There is no domestic violence when it comes to this, but because of the assault, it'll be around like 8 years, like 8 years. You would get a little bit less than Tory because there was some enhancement with Tory that shot his shit up, but he would be getting some significant time. Now, I've seen some people in the chat say, yo, he's stupid for that. And some people say, because you know what his reason was, or not his, well, we didn't hear directly from him. Sources allegedly close to him say that if he took the 180 days, it would affect or ruin his career. Now, some people are thinking that means, I don't know if there's Paris Fashion Week coming up. They're like, yo, my boy, you tell me you can't miss a Paris Fashion Week? I don't think that's what it is. Actually, I really don't know what it is, because if it was like some domestic violence shit, like with certain shit, you got to fight, right? Because it's not even about your sentence. It's them saying that you did something to a woman or to whatever. But when it comes to this, it's like, you shot a nigga. I ain't gonna lie. How hip-hop could you get, if you ask me? You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Again, obviously not shooting your friends. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay. Let's continue. And we're gonna get the first eyewitness or someone who called the cops. They're gonna get up on stage afterwards. Or not stage, you're gonna get up on the stand. Here we go. You get to observe his demeanor here. By the way, counsel for Rocky, and then you get the deputy DA. Don't know her name, but this isn't the same DA from Tory's case. By the way, this is still Los Angeles County, so it's the same office that's prosecuting both cases. Obviously, one case, you have a very famous female star and her record label pressuring you to put the weight of the criminal justice system on this person. Here, you know, obviously, you know, number one, Biden isn't in office anymore. That does matter, right? Trump is in office. I'll tell you why I believe it matters, is that the mandates and how they prosecute some of these crimes either become a little bit less strict or more strict. Now, obviously, it doesn't matter usually with the DA, because like Fonnie Willis is going to be Fonnie Willis, but Fonnie Willis would get more aggressive with RICOs, depending on who the governor and who the president is, right? So we'll see how much the DA wants Rocky in jail. I suspect not as much, even though we're not analyzing the case. We're just thinking about how hard of a dick y'all got for this person. You get what I'm saying? Pause. And the mere fact y'all offered him 180 days, but subsequently he could get 24 years, means y'all just want to get some vindication for the charges, not necessarily put him in jail for shooting somebody. You get what I'm saying? Because y'all were down to give him like 6 months, right? And also, here's the thing. Maybe the YSL situation comes into play. When sweetheart deals are being offered, like, you know, even when people think about Thug, they're like, yo, if you could have walked out of jail, maybe that should be the biggest hint. And I think Brian Steele took it as that. That's the biggest hint that, nigga, we're going to beat these niggas' ass if we continue to the end. If they're offering you at 180 at the beginning, it usually don't get worse. It usually only gets better. So we'll see. We'll get off of this and get to the witness that saw the shit. Okay. There's more body cam stuff. They're going to put up another witness up there, and we'll hear her side. You know, they constantly show Rocky because it's about demeanor as well. I think he's about to get off. Here's Rocky. And okay. Let me see here what the judge got to say.
One of the people involved has a commitment that cannot be avoided. So we're going to start a little early, and we're going to go a little longer. We're going to go 10 to 12:30, but that's going to be.
Oh, okay, they're just doing procedural stuff. I guess somebody who's going to be involved. has some commitment that the judge is going to respect. Here is the woman who is now the first witness. Now, keep in mind, these people don't know Rocky. Maybe they use Fenty Beauty, but like, again, we also got to think that the court system is fair, and not because somebody likes a fucking lip kit or a makeup line or some savage panties, they're going to just say innocent if they really did see this guy shoot somebody. You know what I mean? You got to believe in the justice system somewhat, or else what the fuck are we doing? So this is the woman who comes up here. Apparently, she was maybe one of the people who called. She had allegedly like an eyesight at some of the melee, maybe not its entirety. So let's listen to what she got to say.
Please adjust the microphone and state and spell your name for the record.
Okay, we don't care about that. She's going to swear in.
This is an uncomfortable feeling.
Yes.
All right. Try to get through it quickly.
Now, also, and I hate to be pausing it this much, but, I like to walk y'all through this. Keep in mind, this person probably has met with the DA multiple times to go over what her story is going to be. So what you said you see, they've asked her 10 times. They've probably prepared her for this, okay? So these questions that the deputy district attorney asked should be pretty standard and easy for her to answer. Usually you only see the trip ups on the cross, right? So let's see. Somebody said, who is she? She's somebody who witnessed this. I don't know if she made the call, but I think she did. I think she's one of the people who did call about the fight that led to this shooting, right? So now she's testifying.
On Saturday, November 6th of 2021, were you living or were you in an apartment?
Wait, y'all think this is a wig? It's not a wig. Chat, I'm like bad with noticing if white people got wigs. Well, I usually can tell if white people got extensions up close, but from far away I can't tell. That's a wig?
At 1600 Vine Street in Hollywood.
Yes.
I'm going to show you the TV. There's something that works up there that should work. That's easy. Yes.
All right, so they're pulling up certain shit.
Corner of Argyle and Selma.
I could see pretty much all of Argyle, and then up until like somewhere in the back of Davy Wayne.
So she's saying her side of view, I could see here to here. That's going to matter in what she could clearly observe versus what she didn't see.
Which is a club.
Where would Davy Wayne be?
Like around here-ish.
Okay, so you're pointing all the way to the corner of El Centro in Selma, correct?
Yeah.
Was the apartment that you were in, what floor was that on?
Water Tastes Yucky said you could tell when she walked up on a stand when they told her to spell her name. She had a look because she was wearing a wig to stay low. What?
All right, this shit getting bored. Let's do something else. Ray J versus Sukihana. Ray J just did a song about how Sukihana thing smell.
Build your business credit history with 2 trade lines, manage your money, and improve your
Sukihana. This stuff ain't funny. I know women that was raised up like Sukihana. I know people that struggle like Sukihana. This ain't funny. He's supposed to be in the studio making music for the world, and he making funky tunes about Sukihana. This type of stuff ain't funny. He got a God-given talent, and he deciding to use his talent on somebody funky foul smells. Now they in the streets calling her Dookie Hana. This ain't funny. Ray J teases a raunchy new track about Sukihana, despite the fact that she stole his chain, she took his money. All he could think about is that Dookie. And that's why people looking at him with the side eye. And that's why my question is, do you think Ray J is losing his mind? Because ain't nobody see this coming. He got a funky song talking about how funky this girl is. And the whole world listening. Y'all need to listen at this, man.
I love Suki.
Are you looking to establish your business using an address other than your home? Wish you had a professional business address and phone number instead of your home address and personal number? Wouldn't it be great if you could read and manage your business mail from anywhere? iPostal One can help. With an iPostal One virtual business address, it's easy to stay connected, protect your privacy, and enhance your business image. You'll be able to receive mail and packages from any carrier and register your business using your new business address. View and manage your mail the day we receive it using our app or website. You can even pick it up. So how does it work? Simply choose a business address at any of the thousands of office buildings, workspaces, or shipping stores in our international network. If you want a phone and fax number that's just for your business, we can do that too. Then you can update all your business contact details with a professional address and phone number.
If ever you see me doing this, I'm smelling something.
The hell?
Mama, but Ashley, yes, please get in the shower. I was just saying at that moment when we was talking about, right, it wasn't like that, but somebody said no stench policy. Yo, nigga, you money. Man, tell her to come on my live right now if she really love me. If she don't love me, then I ain't smelling her no more. I'm done with her whole smell.
She must put some yayo between her legs or something, the way he acting. She had an uncontrolled substance between her legs.
That nigga crazy.
She give your ass something, you always gonna remember that ain't no baby powder down there. She had to have something extra. And she know he was involved with Whitney Houston. And rest in peace to her. He got that junkie itch. Every time you see him lately, he talking about Sukihana. That's his favorite subject. We ain't seen him talk about nothing else ever since he started messing with this girl. He losing money, his career going nowhere. And every time you see him, he's sniffing his lip.
Not Sukihana smelling like doo-doo. One second, y'all.
So you think you know Wix, but do you really?
You see me doing this, I'm a love Suki. If ever you see me doing this, I'm smelling something. Mama, but Ashley, yes, please get in the shower. I was just saying at that moment when we was talking about, right, it wasn't like that, but somebody said no stench policy. Yo, nigga, you money. Man, tell her to come on my live right now if she really love me. If she don't love me, then I ain't smelling her no more. I'm done. I'm done with her whole smell. I ate the pussy and she don't shake. I like to fuck her when she don't shake. I wanna smell it all.
What the fuck? Freaky ass nigga. Ray J, you freaky ass nigga.
One more time, this was Suki. This was Suki, right? Stuck in my old ways. Out of shape, nasty ass nigga. Why she called me an out of shape, nasty ass nigga? Wow, I am out of shape. And then, wow, she hit it right on point, right? Stuck in my old ways.
Damn, I know they're gonna ban me, dog. I can't let this shit play, bro. But this man saying that bitch don't bathe. She stink. She don't take a bath. I know they're gonna ban me, dog.
In the house doing drugs 2 days straight. Off the lean and the lemonade. Yeah, I pop a bean, now I'm feeling great. Whether right or wrong, bitch, I'm okay.
Interview like on a Breakfast Club, like I was tell me something. He left.
Mama, but Ashley, yes, please get in the shower. I was just saying at that moment when we was talking about, right, it wasn't like that, but somebody said no stench policy. Yo, nigga, you money. Man, tell her to come on my live right now if she really love me. If she don't love me, then I ain't smelling her no more. I'm done. I'm done with her whole.
sniffing his lip, talking about Sukihana. Look at this, man.
She suck my dick like 4 ways.
Hold on, y'all.
Oh, nasty ass. You gon' need a new do-rag for this new way.
She said she gonna need a new do-rag because she ain't got no regular panties. This is disgusting, man. Who would have thought that she wrap a do-rag around her ass at night? Is she still broke or no? Ray J, take her to Victoria's Secret. Don't be saying about her struggling. He knows she foul. He knows she.
How the fuck you gonna have a do-rag around her ass though? What kind of sense does that make? Y'all females be putting do-rags around y'all ass?
But that's what he like, man. He infatuated with her because he was with that bougie ass Princess Love, and y'all know she was with Floyd Mayweather before she got with him. And now he back with them hood rats. The broker the better, the nastier the better, the funkier the better. At least he ain't got to come out of pocket like how he would have did with Princess Love. He paid her ass with a gold chain, and she had every dude in the hood wearing the chain. And he's still singing about her because he's still infatuated. Y'all need to see this.
In there, I got rippers. These right here, you gonna get some nails in there. You get the cumbrellas. You see these lashes? These is the cumbrellas.
Oh,
they
hell
gonna
no.
block them kids.
She called them things cumbrellas. Oh man, you gotta have a Suki in your life, man. For all you men out there, the reason why your life is boring and you unfulfilled and you unpleased and you unsatisfied as a man is because you ain't got no Suki in your life.
I need to order some food, but I'm in the middle of a game. Let's use Lifer, an app that integrates with the game that you're playing to order food from the cheapest delivery service available. I'm going to order food quickly without leaving the game or getting my squad defeated. Select some of your favorite food from millions of restaurants. I'm going to order some tacos while we launch this rocket. And just with 2 clicks, the food is on its way. Earn Lifer bucks to use towards food just by playing while it's open. And you can earn $5 off your first order by downloading Lifer now.
I think Ray J is in love with Sukihana though.
Yo, I woke up so creative today because people trying to mess with me. They trying to like ruin my happiness, but they can't. I got a new Twitch, right? Twitch is, I think it's Ray J Twitch. Come to my Twitch. We got a lot to talk about today, and we got a lot to show. I'm tired of females and dudes trying to press me and thinking that it's gonna turn out sweet. This might be one of the most all-time rants I've ever done, and I'm doing it on Twitch. And my first topic is Suki. My first topic is Suki and her boyfriend. Yeah. A lot of weird shit happening this morning, y'all. Tap in. I don't know how to work Twitch yet, but I'm about to try. And then once you go to the page, you see Ray J Twitch, you'll see the tagline, Suki tripping.
So Ray J hopped online and said, Suki boyfriend wanted to wear my chain and beat me for the night with his girl. I can't be in 2 places at one time, bro. Enjoy it, respectfully. I'm on Twitch now. Let's talk about it. Ray J Twitch. Suki boyfriend is coming on the show today. He's the new coochie girl, trying to act like he took my chain, LOL. Yo, So whoever her boyfriend is, he got a picture of Ray J chain and said, "Yeah, I'm rocking this tonight." And then Ray J hopped online and responded to that shit. This shit is crazy, bro. It might be a new year, but Ray J's still on that same bullshit, bro. Like, how do you even get yourself involved with some shit like this? Like, so I can only assume that Ray J was over there smashing Sukihana. He got comfortable, started leaving stuff over there. He probably left some shoes, some jewelry. He probably left some cocaine on the dresser. Probably gave her a couple of dollars. And he went on about his business. And now Sukihana and her boyfriend all booed up. And he got a picture of his chain, trying to make it seem like, yeah, nigga, I took your chain. And Ray J like, nigga, you ain't take my chain, nigga. Trying to beat me? Like, this shit is crazy, bro. If Princess Love just don't leave this nigga alone, let him have the streets. He obviously want to be in the streets. He's involved with these Z-list celebrities. Like Ray J used to be on top back in the day. Like he was an actor. He had a successful music career, reality TV. He had all these new gadgets coming out, headphones, scooters. He even was working on electronics. I don't know what's going on with that. And this nigga is just known for smashing Suki. This nigga is going down bad, bro. Brandy need to come get her little brother, smack his ass in the back of the head or something. He need to go back home to mama and daddy. It's crazy. What y'all think about this, boy?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
A lot of successful brothers deal with 304s, but they do. Okay. It's a problem that we have not solved yet. It's a problem that sometimes I may struggle with, you may struggle with, but you live and you learn. And that is what's going on with our brother Ray J. And he was dealing with Sukihana. I don't know how he did that, why he thought that was okay. Even his ex-wife, Princess Love, was a side chick to Floyd Mayweather, the Kim Kardashian booty clapping tape. This dude has a history of simping and bad behavior and just making bad decisions, although he's rich and doing very well. But I always tell you guys, when you deal with most chicks, when you have money, not all, but a lot of chicks, you will find this out. The next guy that they deal with don't have as much as you, all right? And let me just tell you this. Let's say we bought the same car. You bought the car for $40,000. I buy the car for $10,000. It's the same car in the same condition. I buy the car $30,000 less than you. The question is, how do you feel about that? How does that make you feel? Would you feel slighted? You will feel slighted. Although you might enjoy that car, you have the unfortunate bad news of understanding that somebody else paid for that car at a lower price. And this is the case with Ray J. Ray J was dealing with Sukihana, and as you know, him and his ex-wife Princess Love was going back and forth, and Princess Love was pretty much saying that, hey, she found some message between Sukihana and her, and Ray J was calling her ugly and saying all these things. I don't know if those things are true, but then there was a chain that he gave her, and look at what Sukihana did. She took the chain and gave it to this dude. I don't know what this is. Is this like a picnic style bonnet that somebody weaved up and put on his head? I mean, this is like a crochet on his head. This dude is crazy. What dude goes around with a crochet on his head, a bonnet style crochet that somebody made in knitting class? His name is Good RX Snoop. Now, here's Ray J's chain, and this is what he got. This is what the guy says. I took everything plus mine. Like Dirk say, ish look good on my Cuban. Tell Ray J come get his chain back. Now, I mean, this is corny, okay? This is very corny. He looks like a corny dude. He's probably broke. Brain cells are less than 70 IQ. No doubt about that. This guy is not a bright guy, okay? But the reality is, this is the same chick that you were dealing with, most likely spending money on. And this is what she's worth right here. She's worth not spending no money on. This dude has 2,699 followers. Some dude that I don't know where this dude is from. He just got out last night, like he be stealing chicken wings and barbecue sauce. This is what this dude is all about, man. This dude really ain't own nothing. And he was in LA recently, but come on, man. This dude don't even get that many likes. This is who she dealing with. So we already know who paying for everything. She's paying for everything. And this is what you get, guys. When you go out here and deal with somebody that ain't got nothing, they're always going to show you that you made a mistake. I had an ex-girlfriend before, right? And I happened to be like doing like a collaboration, a podcast. And while I was doing the podcast, it was a big studio. I happened to be in her country. So she was like, oh, well, it was some really famous rappers that were there. African rappers not really that rich unless you like, some of the top guys. So she was like, hey, I want to go and take, I want to do some content with them while you're doing the podcast. And of course, the way she asked me was like, I mean, I'm not supposed to be able to be like, hell no, don't you go down there with them. Cause it's like, I'm an American and, she's whatever she is. And so anyways, I'm like, all right, cool. I go up, I'll do the podcast. We rocking on the pod and everything was okay. Like once the pod went out there, I kind of went down there, seen what everything was going on. I bought the rapper some KFC, which was crazy. About a week or two later,
some pictures come out on social media, on Instagram. This same lady was bent over in front of these rappers, right? It's a girl I'm dating. While I'm on the podcast, just bent all the way over. It wasn't grabbing her cheeks or anything, but it was like looking at it. And so I'm thinking to myself, this is happening while I'm on the podcast. I didn't flew out here. I'm out here being cool with people. You know, this is somebody I'd have met her mom and everything. This is what she's doing, right? So eventually, like about a month later, 2 months later, I end up getting rid of her, right? So of course, you know, your boy got to see what she's doing now sometimes. Nothing. Valentine's Day, I had to be sure. Who paying for it? No one. Birthday, celebrating them by themselves. You know, I'm petty. You know, no New Year's, nothing. Nobody claiming that. And then you thinking like, damn, gee, like, I was really that dude, you know, paying for flights. I'm flying her out. I mean, the booty clap test was great. Ain't nobody flying.
I love my natural hair, but not what hoodies were doing to it. So I made my. They got me feeling.
This story seems like the biggest story we've had in 2 months. Get back, I'm falling on the sword. That's why I'm not saying nothing. I'm seeing some of y'all blatantly lie. I'm not saying nothing. I'm addressing it via my stream, I guess, right now, but I'm not saying nothing. So if y'all want to say academics, I don't know. Meta has cut ties with academics. Cool. TikTok has removed us from. Cool. I'm not going to say anything. Because everything is fighting. When people want you to die, just sit there, take the jump in. Eventually, this is how it works. It'll be somebody else's turn. You go to the hospital, you get patched up, and you get back in the gym and start seeing if you could throw some blows, fight back, and hopefully that's how it goes. You know what I mean? So, you know, and also, you know, the last thing I want people to hear is what I said last stream. Bro, I told y'all what I thought about the situation. I don't want to be sitting here like acting like I'm fighting y'all. Y'all got it. This is like the Offset meme. Y'all won. Okay? All right. I hope, you know, for the people who like me or even don't like me, I'm telling y'all won. So for the people who don't like me, y'all won. Y'all got it. So if y'all do make up a lie, be like, yo, well, don't say no about mama. Axe uncle has cut ties with them. I'll let it rock. I'm gonna let it go up. I'm gonna let, like, it's gonna be 200,000 tweets. Meek Mill has finally pissed on Axe steps. Hell no. I'll shoot that nigga. Stop like. Nah, I ain't let that one go. But yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, okay, cool. Please, I hope you have donations. No, actually, I do. But not really. I'm trying to, like, I gotta focus up. Swift says, I heard worse things said to me in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 lobbies by grown-ass men when I was 15. This generation just soft. They dragged it a bit. Again, I keep telling you, it's better to be liked. Meek been going hard on Twitter. You seen it? I would go hard if I was him too. I cost that man millions of dollars. I'm telling you as a fact. Boy, I helped stop that shit at Atlantic. I'm telling you. And he thought he was gonna get like a 20 ball. If a nigga cost me $20 million, I would tweet every day. I took food out of his plate, his kids' plate, his baby mama's plate. Nigga, I ain't gonna lie. If I was him, I would have been pulled up. I wouldn't be tweeting. So I could understand it, and it's okay. Somebody said Central C. Oh, it's Central. Now I'll tweet this out. They're gonna spam on Twitter, but I got to tweet. Wait, is Central C numbers out? Hold on. I got to tweet Central C numbers out. Central, my guy. Oh yeah, I got to send this one out. I might turn the comments off just for the trolls, but I got to send it out. That's my boy Sench. What'd you say about it? You said it's okay. Yeah, you're right. It's 35K first week, and it'll mark his first. His first career top 10 album. Yo, Central C, an amazing album. Yo, let me tell you this. Central C. Okay, I'm gonna save his Glaze Fest for later on. I'm gonna tell you why. Anytime you see an international artist start dominating the American market, this is what the music industry has strived for so long. This is why when you see Bad Bunny these days, Bad Bunny is he's going to be number 1 3 weeks in a row. Let's put this in perspective, chat. Let's put this in perspective. And again, I'm not dissing nobody. I know this is the fuck act week. So nobody's getting dissed. So I want y'all to know I'm just speaking like, we get in our music business shit. So please, if y'all gonna clip this part. I'm not trying to diss nobody. Okay. This is the beat acts ass week. Okay. Lil Baby went number 1. And then Bad Bunny dropped on that Monday, like during that same week. So he went number 2. After that week, Bad Bunny, 3 weeks in a row, is about to be number 1. He was number 1 the week after with like 200. He was a number 1 last week with like damn near almost 200 again. And this week he's on pace to do 110. He's the only artist on pace to do 110. And it just goes to show when I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna connect this back to Central C. Central C is a international artist. When you get a lot of times for these artists, by the time they get to the American market, they already got their markets. So if they dominate the American market, it's the last and final infinity stone. So Bad Bunny, with all due respect, this is why he does stadiums. He debuted number 2 because he didn't give a fuck about dropping on American time. He dropped on a global time. Like that Monday was a global release, right? So he dropped then, and for the next 3 weeks, he's been number 1 in the US. By the way, he number 1 in all these other countries too. Here's the thing about Central C. Central C already started to, he hasn't really gone on tour like a Bad Bunny like that, but and it's probably really bad to compare him to Bad Bunny, but his